Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Kylie here with Martial Arts America Team Navarre. Okay, this is your challenge week, class number 2 of the day for your junior adult beginners. We're going to be working on your Dragon Kata, adding on the drop-down sidekick we've done before. We did it earlier this week, and that's kind of if you guys haven't kind of caught on yet, the layout, the normal week-to-week hopefully goal is to come in on Monday or Tuesday, whichever time you guys are watching this, and find the focuses for the week, find the goals for the week, and start to work on them and understand how to do the moves properly. And then we'll come back on Wednesday or Thursday, again, whichever way you watch it, and then we'll kind of revisit the same things, okay, but have new goals for it and start to do it faster and do it stronger, because it's hard to sometimes learn something and then do it really strong. A lot of times it's hard to do something confidently if you're just learning it for the first time. So taking time and getting comfortable with the technique, understanding it better, so we can come back in the next day, then the second time of that week you practice and really start to do it really strong. And potentially do it on, if it's a kick, do it on both sides, or if it's a self-defense, do it a lot more fluidly. Okay, those are kind of the goals. If it's your form, do it with a lot more intensity to it, because you're not having to think so much. You're being able to be strong and focused on what you're doing because you're familiar with it. We're trying to get familiar with all of our techniques and goals of the week. Okay, so feet together and bow. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Shake your hands up and down. This is side to side. Now shake your hands up and down. Good. You guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. Good. Side to side, up and down. Reach up real tall. That's really far. Good. Sorry. Then reach down real low. Up real tall. Also, at some point today, going to kind of work on what the goals are going to be next week for balance week. So we're going to start. We have that test next week, so we're going to start practicing it this week. Take a step out with your legs. Good. And then reach down. Stretching out your hamstrings. That is really going to help get good extension on your kicks. Be able to point those toes for your round kicks. Extend that leg for the side kick. Lean over to the left side. Spider-Man stretch. Switch sides. Ooh. That was a weird pop. So all the way down. Heels, toes touching. Heels, toes touching. Sarah, great job, guys. Okay, you're pushing down nice and strong. Ooh. We're going to keep good posture the best you can. Now take your legs out. Working on full splits. We're stretching every day for the next calendar month. Good. That means 30 days minimum. Seeing how far we can get by doing it properly. Hopefully you guys stretch today. If not, we're going to do it right now. Good. You're pushing your body forward. You're leaning over to the left side. Again, when you lean. Good. Don't bow. Don't bend. Keep your whole body strong, and then pull your body down. Act like there's like a magnet on your knee, and it's pulling your chest to your knee. Now, remember, listen to your bodies. If you doing that causes that to happen, good, and that means you're a little bit too far. Good. Pull it back in, just like that. Push it back down. Switch sides. Stretch forward, and again, when you're doing this part, if you're right here, if you're in this part right here, the hardest part to this stretch isn't even getting your stomach to the floor. It's kind of I call it getting over the hill, getting over the mountain, okay, where you're kind of getting over your legs, which means you're getting your body one thing at a time. Good. Best way to do it, try to get one arm, good, and then try to get to the other arm. It's really, really helpful at this point if you have something you can potentially hold on to. Good, whether it's if you have something very sturdy like a table or a couch or something you can best thing to do if you have something like a space at the bottom of the couch, if you can take a towel and wrap around it and then be able to pull yourself to it. Good, or if you have a partner, if you have a mom or a dad or a sibling or somebody that can hold on to the towel or something, hold on to your arms. And again, when you pull yourself, don't let your body round. That's the main focus right now, is making sure you keep good posture when you're doing this. Okay, I'll kind of show you from the side. So when you do it, if you're here, good, if you're crushing your posture down, it's really hard because that takes all the focus off of getting these muscles to straighten and be stronger. By sitting upright and by rolling your hips forward and keeping better posture, it puts the focus on the muscles we're trying to stretch. Okay, it's also going to make the stretch harder, so it might make your legs have to scoot in a little bit, and that's okay. Okay, our goal isn't to get a full split if it's a false split. Just do it, get a true split properly by taking time and doing it right, because we have time. Okay, and again, find something, and even if there's nothing to pull, you can kind of visualize pulling yourself to something and leaning your chest into it. Good, and pushing. If you're one thing you can also do, put a hand in the front and a hand behind, and don't try to scoot your body forward. Try to take a leg and just push it out more. That'll make your stretch happen more. And then again, from here, don't go downwards and collapse your posture. Keep your body up tall, and then just walk your hands out. There. Good. Grab your legs. Pull them in. Check it out. all the way up. Okay, now we're going to get some movement in our body a little bit. Okay, if you have something to hold on to, I would do that, whether it's a stool or a chair or a countertop or a table or a younger brother or sister, that works too. Okay, now from here, have something to hold on to. Okay, we're going to take our outside leg, and again, this is here just for confidence and balance. You're going to pull it up, good, and kind of stretch that knee up, keeping good posture. Good, if this is as far as you can get, as far as you can get. If it can't quite get to your waist, you don't have to grab it yet. Just work on picking up your knee. And this is here. Now make sure that you're not holding on to it. So I'm not leaning on it. Good. It's there just in case I need it. Good. So you're here. If you can be just like this, that's also fine, because we're trying to work on balance, honestly. Good. If you can, you're here. Now from there, open it up. Notice my body didn't turn. Keep your shoulders and hips facing the front. Knee comes up, and then you just open up your hip. Good. Now from here, you're going to turn your knee over. You're going to pull your foot behind you and then flatten out your knee. Now we're ready to do what? Round kicks, which we'll do in a little bit. Okay, let's try our other leg this time. So either turn around or turn your body to the side. Good, you're here. Again, knee comes up. Knee comes over. If you find yourself falling off balance, instead of falling down, don't hurt yourself, just put your knee down and then try it again. Pick your knee up. Good. Open it up. Flip it over. Good. If you want bonus points, take that foot that's on the ground, go on the ball of your foot, and pivot it. Good. So you're here. You're kind of locking and loading yourself in this position. You're also warming up your hips, because a lot of times that's what happens is when you're doing these kicks, your hips just get tired and it wants to go down. The more you do it, the more frequency and consistency you have with it, the stronger they're going to get. Okay, that's part of the challenge. Isn't necessarily keeping your balance. It's making sure your muscles are strong enough to do what you want them to do. That's one main reason we practice so consistently doing the same thing. We're not only trying to learn how to do it properly, we're trying to consult conditioning. We're trying to condition your body to be able to do that thing as strong as you would like to do it. And that just comes with a lot of repetition, a lot of practice. Okay? Good. And so from here, we're going to warm up with those balance kicks a little bit. Okay, so for right now, just take your favorite leg. Okay, so for me, if you're kind of staying where I am, if you're facing me and whatever your item is over to your left, then you're going to use your right leg. For a lot of you guys, you're right-legged, so that's why I'm doing it this way. But if you are left-legged, you can switch around and go the other way. Okay, so from here, you're holding on to it just a little bit. Pull it up. Here we're going to do 5 kicks nice and slow. These are round kicks, which is you're going to leave your knee where it is and just point your foot. Because you're hitting with the inside of your foot, the top of your foot right here, the shoelace part. Good? So it's out and it's back. That's 1, 2, and feel it. Lock it out. Feel the muscles get tighter. 3, 4, 5. Now the balance test that we're going to do next week is going to require you to do all of this without touching on anything. You have to hold your balance. You have to hold your balance by yourself using just your body weight and your foot. Okay, for right now we have something beside us just to get the mechanics right, to get the technique right, so that when we do the balance kicks, we know what our leg's supposed to be doing, and we can just not hold on to anything. Okay, so it's okay to have something near you to hold on to for right now, but I don't want that to be what's holding you up. Okay, so if you're leaning on it, and if you let go, you're going to fall down, that's too much. It's here just as an aid. It's here just to help, just in case. It's like a life jacket. And hopefully we don't need it, but it's there just in case. Okay? So we're here. Now we're going to do 10 together. Stay slow. Stay with me. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're holding it out each time, putting it back down. Okay, now we're going to do 15. We're going to finish off with 15. Ready? Just as a warm-up. Chamber and go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Pick it up a little bit. 8, 7, 6, 5. Pick it up a little bit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Get stronger. Time. Put it down. Woo. Shake it out. That's awesome. Good. Nice and easy. Okay, so now next thing, put your item away. We're going to jump back into working your kata, which is dragon kata this week. Okay, well, this rotation, not just this week, so we're going to compete together. We're going to bow. We're going to step out, say martial arts. Pull it back in, say America, dragon, kata, step back, hands up. Ayah! So your right leg goes behind you. You're in a guard stance, a defensive posture. Here. Very good. Move this a little bit higher. Very good. There it goes. Okay, from here, you're going to bend your elbow, back fist. Make sure your foot is pointing at me. Good. You're going to pivot that back foot. Your shoulders are going to turn, and you're going to punch. Okay? Now we're going to finish this combo off with a back leg round kick. Okay, so we turn our front foot. When you do that, you have to make sure your shoulders turn too. It's part of the reason we're pivoting is to get our whole body to rotate. So don't just turn your foot. Turn your foot. Good. Point your shoulder at me. Your right shoulder's pointing at me. Now the kick we just practiced, chamber the knee, push the foot out, land it in front this time. Very good. And then what's the next move? It's a different kick. It involves a slide. I can use the top of your foot. You can use the side of your foot. It's a side kick. Very good. Slide up. Good. Now side kick. It's the polar opposite of a round kick. Knee comes up, and then push it out, pull it back down. Now your right leg landed in the front. So your right hand does the back fist. Very good. Drop down, punch with your left hand. Now it's time for that really tricky drop down side kick. Okay, so your hands open up like this, like a diamond. Okay, now from there you have to turn your body to the left. Okay, so you're going to turn. Over here you're going to take your hands and put them behind you. By doing that, your right leg will then come into your chest, into your shoulder. I'll show you what I mean. You put your hands behind you. Now, the trickiest part to this is you have to keep your eyes on me the whole time. So I don't want you to look down, because if you look down and you're here, then you're going to be tempted to look like under your arm or like this, and you're going to be so low to the ground, you're going to hurt your posture. Okay, so instead, keep your eyes up. You can find the ground with your hands. You don't have to look for it. Good, your knees on the ground so you know where the ground is. Just take your hands and reach there without taking your eyes off me. Pull your knee in. Kick out to the sky with a side kick. Not with a round kick, with a side kick. Pull it back in, sit it back up. Okay? So let's break that into steps. You just did your drop down punch. Make that diamond. You turn your body directly to the left, like that. Good. Take your hands, reach them towards the ground, directly behind, not in front of you, right beside you, right behind you. Good. So if you're looking in the camera right here, if you're looking towards the screen, directly behind that. Okay? So right behind your back. Good. Hands in the ground. Pull your leg in. Kick. Pull back in, sit back up. Okay, let's add all that in a little bit faster. Ready? Bow and go. Martial arts, America, dragon, kata, step back, hands up. Ayah! So this is move number 1. Eventually we're going to get to where we're breaking the form into numbers. Instead of me saying back fist punch, back leg round kick, I'm just going to say 1. Because I don't want to be able to, I don't want to give you the answers the whole time. I want you to kind of match the number to what the sequence is. So it's almost like a pop quiz. So you can start to learn it by yourself. So I'm not giving you the answers. We're going to start trying that now. So when I say 1, that's your back fist punch and back leg round kick. Okay, ready? And 1. Set it in front. Okay. 2 is your slide up side kick, your back fist, and your drop down punch. Okay. 2. 3 is the start of 3 is your drop down side kick. 3 is the rest of your form. The beginning of that being this drop down side kick. Okay, 3. All right, good. Feet together. Excellent job. Okay, so last time we're going to go through it, we're going to try to focus on fixing one thing, or sort of really kind of paying attention to one thing with each and every one of those movements to help kind of lock them in your brain just a little bit better. Okay, so step back to guard stance. So move number 1 is that back fist punch, back leg round kick. Again, with the back fist, you have to point the elbow and you have to extend it out forward. Notice how I also kind of bend my knee and lean into what I'm doing. Okay, 2, when you punch, you have to make sure you pivot your foot, you pivot your hips, you pivot your shoulders. Let me show you from the side. The purpose of a back fist and a jab is to find the distance, to find the range, whether you're sparring or you're hitting a bag or you're defending yourself, to figure out how far away the person is that you're trying to strike. Okay, so when I do it, I kind of lean into it. When you punch, you have to pivot your body. You have to turn your hips. You have to turn your shoulders to get the distance you need to make contact. Okay, so if I just stay where I am and punch, watch. My punch doesn't go as far as my back fist, okay? So it doesn't make it. You have to take, and from here, that's where, let me slide back a little bit. That's where the pivot comes into play. Your punch should go further away from you than your back fist does, as long as you turn your body, okay? So step back, hands up, back fist, pivot, punch, rotate, lift it up, and round kick, set it in the front. Very good. Slide. Side kick with the blade of your foot, make sure it came up and then pushed out, set in the front, back fist with the front hand, drop down punch with the back hand. Very good. Make sure you do the drop down punch. You don't get any closer. You just drop straight down, okay? So I go from my back fist. I don't get closer. I just drop straight. I pivot and I right to the floor. Punch, okay? Hands open up. Rotate your body. Reach your hands behind you. Very good. If you're having trouble kind of getting your head over your shoulder, for right now, it's okay just to reach with that back hand. So what I can also do is when you turn, just take your left hand. Instead of reaching both hands down and really committing your body, just take your left hand for right now and then reach. So your body's still kind of facing this way, and then you can kick from here. Eventually you'll get this hand down too, and you'll need it later. But right now, if doing this is knocking you off balance, just put your left hand down and kick with your right leg. Good. And then sit back up. And we'll make that adjustment as we go along. Okay? All right. Very good. Okay, next thing we're going to work on is your self-defense. We're going to take a little moment and jump away from your form and pop into self-defense number 3. Okay, so self-defense number 3 is going to be your outside block, reviewing that. Okay, getting all the motions down with it. I'm going to show you from a couple different angles so you can start to make those connections in your brain. Okay, so if your knuckles up like this, we're in ready position. Okay, it's an outside block. So again, you're going to step back with your left foot and block with your right hand. So you're going to mirror me. You're going to stay with me. Left foot steps back. Hands come behind you. Good. Your blocking hand is slightly over. Good. Your resting hand here. And then you block. Good. Make sure when you block, it's not this. There's not a bend in your wrist. There's a bend in your elbow. Okay, just understanding the science behind it. Your wrist is made up of a bunch of little bones. Okay, and if there's a little bit of a bend in it, okay, you can cause your wrist to get injured by having that bend in it not being tight and strong. But if you flatten it, good, and if I keep a bend in my elbow instead, the wrist stays very firm and strong together when the puzzle pieces kind of fit together. So you're here. That's what I want. Okay, so you step and I pull. And then from here on number 3, you're going to then push it to the outside. You take your back leg. You're going to try to step around behind them without getting too close. Okay? And then you punch them to the body. Punch to the body. You're hitting them. Good. If they're standing punching, you'll be hitting them right here. Very good. So now we'll do it, but I'm going to face this way and do it. Here. You're going to step back with that left foot. Block with the right hand. So again, we're both going this way. You're standing behind me in class. Step back with your left foot. Block with the right hand. Push it out of the way. As you do that, take your left foot, step it over, getting off the center line. Because the most dangerous place to be when you're defending yourself is right in front of where the attacker is. I'd much rather go to one side. Good. In this case, I'm going to go to the left. So I step over to the side, good, getting off the line, and then I throw a punch, and I throw a punch. You drop that key, my stance nice and strong, 1, 2. Okay? That's your challenge there. One more time with me. Here, take your left foot, step back, block. Take your left foot again, the one that stepped back, and it just pops over to the side. Okay, so that's a very good drill and practice there, is getting used to popping your leg over to the side. So from here, it's 1, 2. That left foot moves twice. And then punch, punch. Again, you're trying to punch right above their butt line. If you happen to be working with a parent or working with a sibling or someone at home, trying to be actually punching them. Okay, have control. You can kind of get it really close, but don't be actually making contact, please, and thank you. Okay, one more time. A little bit faster. Step, block, over, punch. Right hand stays on it. Left hand punches first. Right hand finishes it off. Okay? And then we're also going to add in your choke defense today, which is going to be choke defense number 3. Very good. Yep, very good. Okay, so we're going to work on coming underneath the hands, inside the hands. Good. When the choke's applied, you come underneath. So you should see the palms of your hands, and you're going to grab onto their thumbs. When somebody's choking, okay, their thumbs are what controls that choke. So you're going to grab the thumbs. Good. Imagine their thumbs, and then your fingers or your thumbs are going to stay poked out, running across their fingers. And the key is just to get the motion down right now so we can work it back in studio later that we'll understand what your body's supposed to be doing. So your hands come up in the front like you're reading a book. Good. So you have to see the back of my hands. Show me the back of your hands. Good. You should see your palms. And then grab onto the thumbs. From there, you're going to turn it. Good. Inside and out, almost like gears on a clock. Good. So your hands rotate around like the letter W. Very good. So I go step back. I'm going to step back with my right foot, and your hands pull back behind you. And then from there, you throw the knee, hitting the person in the chin. By stepping back and by pulling the hands to you, okay, you're knocking them off balance, and you're leaning them forward so you can hit them in the stomach easier or hit them in the head easier. Good? So one more time. I come up, show you from the side. I grab onto the thumbs real strong, and I yank the thumbs down. As I yank them down and out, it's a big loop. Good. I basically go until my thumbs point down. That's how you know. So 1, 2. Step back with that right foot, and then pull it back to you. Good. Step back and pull them to you so I can then lift up that knee nice and strong. Okay, last time, one time with me. Ready? In. And so you go down and boom. And as you get better at it, you'll use that leg almost like a bounce. And so you'll step back from here, and in one clean motion, you'll go 1, boom. And there your knee goes from that moment. Be extra careful, though. Okay? Feet together. bow. Very good. So now we're going to take time. Next thing we're going to work on is the combination of your kicks, okay? That being the back leg ground kick followed by your slide up side kick, just like in your form, okay? We practice it really heavily on our form side, so now we need to make sure we have it on our other side, okay? Again, we practiced it on this side using your right leg both times, so now we need to practice it with your left leg both times. I know your left leg is your favorite. It's actually, I'm sure it's not, but that's okay. We're going to make it your favorite by the end of the time. Step back with your left foot. Okay, so run through the steps. Open up that back foot. Good. Pull the back leg up. Round kick. Set it in the front. Make sure you set it down with balance. So notice how you're not hearing, okay, because I'm not flopping my foot down. Anytime you set your kick down, it shouldn't be because gravity forced it to happen. It should be because you had control, and that's exactly where you wanted your foot to go. Okay, so keep it within yourself. Even though you're kicking going forwards, okay, make sure you rechamber your leg so you can put it back down. Okay, a lot of times when I see us practicing, I'll see a lot of students that kick really strong, but as soon as they've made contact with the bag or as soon as they've done the kick to the air, good, then they're just done trying. And their leg just then flops back to the ground. Good, their focus goes somewhere else. And it looks like this. Good, notice how you heard that and I fell off balance. Okay, you have to do the kick all the way through. The extension and the retraction, putting it back where you got it. Okay, so make sure instead it goes out and then I pull it back in and I set it down. Okay, ready? Stay with me. Open the foot up, pick up the back leg, lean back and kick, set it down. And then from here, as I slide my back foot to me, that's also the time for you to pivot it and rotate your shoulders a little bit. Okay, when you're doing side kicks, they can feel really uncomfortable, and a lot of times that's nothing to do with the leg that's kicking. It's everything to do with your upper body. Okay, a lot of times when we kick, we tend to want to open up our body like this. So see a lot of students that'll do that and try to figure out what's going on. Okay, it's because your body's going in two directions. You've got to let it sync up. So I turn my shoulders, almost like you're trying to show me the back of your shirt, show me the back of your dobot. Very good. Okay, pick that knee up and then kick behind you and then set it back down. That should give you a lot more balance. Pivoting your foot, chambering properly, leaning back just a little bit, and then keeping your shoulders turned. Very good. Keeping your shoulder on this side of your kick. So your kick almost feels like it's going behind you. Okay? One more time. Here. Turn. Rotate. Get that shoulder past the midpoint. So if you're kind of looking at me, if you're trying to see where I am, you're trying to get your shoulder on the other side of me. Okay? Bring it all the way across me. Bring your back leg up. Kick out. Set it down, pivot your back foot, keep that shoulder turned. Knee comes up. As you pivot your foot, you push your foot flat out, pull it back in, set it down. Open up that stance. Okay, very good. One more time from the side. This is with your left foot, sorry. Round kick. Land it. Knee up, knee in the front of your body this time. Good. Side kick as you extend and lean back. Good. That's your goal there. Very good. Okay, feet together. Bow. One knee. Say one knee, sir. Boom. So if you want to practice your balance kicks, again, because next week is going to be our balance test. Okay, it's okay for right now to have something to hold you up. Okay, not because we're not going to be able to use it later, but right now our main focus is the technique required to do the kick properly and getting your legs and especially your hips to be conditioned to do that many kicks. Okay, so we have the goals we're going to give out to you guys, but we have to make sure that your legs can handle those goals. A lot of times it's not the balance that stops you from getting your number, it's your legs just getting tired. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you now, so when we go into balance week next week, hopefully, whether it's every other day or every day, you practice your balance kicks, just building up the strength in those legs to do the amount of kicks you're trying to get. Okay, so right now it's okay to hold on to something as you're kicking because you're just trying to strengthen those legs, but make sure you holding on to something isn't using that thing to hold yourself up. It's there just in case. Okay, so when you're working with it, again, be aware of your posture. You can lean back a little bit, but if you notice that you're basically using this arm to hold yourself up, if you're really putting a lot of weight on this hand, good, then you have to lean your body forward a little bit and put less weight here. And then try to just go up by 5s. So I do 5 the first time, 10 the next time, 15 the next time, and your focus is on going slow. If you can do it slow, you can do it fast. But just because you do it fast doesn't mean you can slow down. So make sure, do it slow. 1, and put intention and focus on every kick. So you're looking at it, you're following it all the way back. We're not doing these, good, or these. We're taking our time and doing it properly, okay? Going up by 5s, from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20, and see how high of a number you can get doing it that way, okay? When you notice your kick starts to droop, good. If your leg starts to kind of droop down, okay, if your leg starts to shake a little bit, if your technique, if it's really hard to push your leg all the way out, that's a good time to take a break, just to make sure your technique's staying strong the whole time. Good. Again, the more the frequency and the consistency, the more you do it, good. If you do it at consistent time as well, like same time of the day, that'll help get your leg ready for next week when we're trying to get that high number of balance kicks. Okay. For right now, again, use something if you need to. If you'd like to practice without holding on to something, that's fine too. Just make sure your technique is still super sharp and super clean. Okay, and that's going to do it for today. Worked on Dragon Kata, focused on the drop down Sidekick and kind of combining those kicks together. Worked on your self-defense number 3. Worked on preparing for next week with your balance week. Hope you guys are training hard. Hope you guys are having a lot of fun. Make sure you guys get some water. If you kind of popped in late and didn't get the side class for the junior adults, your side class we did before this class, you feel free to jump back and see that one again. Other than that, feet together and bow. Make sure you get your card before you leave. You are dismissed.